We're live. Hello, everybody. It's Tom O'Brien, the mental health herbalist. Can you hear me? Wonder how's the sound? Clearing my throat as he does. So, just while anybody's waiting to jump on there, see somebody's just joined me. I wanted to jump on tonight. It's the 2nd of October. It's Friday evening. It's just a weekend here in Dublin, Ireland. And I have a workshop on Sunday. So I've been working on that workshop for the last few days, which I've been really enjoying. It's really part of a longer process that I'm involved in preparing a longer course. And I've been consulting my viewers, yourselves, with a survey of what kind of course you would like. And the most dominant common thing you seem to want is a course, excuse me, a course that is in depth about mental health and herbal medicine, but also a course that has remedies. So I'm working on that concept. But in order to test the concept, I just had some powder before I came on here, so I'm suddenly having the effects of it. Just to develop the course, I want to run this workshop to test some of the ideas. And this workshop is focusing on using herbal medicine with depression. Something I have to say very quietly on YouTube or on Facebook, because they don't like people to know that there is an alternative to medication for depression. There actually is. And why don't they want you to know that? Why is it that people are being, misled in many ways by mainstream media? And now Facebook and YouTube are also mainstream media. So, but I want to focus on the positive and avoid the resistance of that challenge. And the challenge for me is to develop content that is engaging, useful, that helps you transform your life, because we all want to be transformed in happiness. We want to be transformed in our health, in our relationships. We want to be transformed in our wealth, in our purpose in life. And sometimes we experience depression or anxiety or fear, which is anxiety, and it holds us back. So make sure you comment there if you can. I'll see if the live chat is on. I'll just jump it out here for a sec. Pop out chat. There's the pop out chat. Anyway, feel free to comment there if you have any questions, because I'll probably be here for about 10 minutes. So as I was saying, many people face these challenges in life, and they get stuck. And as a result of being stuck, you can get depressed. And as a result of being depressed, you may end up being prescribed an antidepressant, which means that you could be on them for a long time. They can have many side effects, and it can deplete your energy and it can affect your mood and your long-term chemistry. We are energy beings. At our very core, we are energy beings. We are atoms being the smallest particle, which is so small that it's energy. And the whole chemistry of the body and the chemistry of plants, when they come together, it's a natural mix. Why is it that we have hundreds of plants that are natural antidepressants? Why is that? Well, nature is part of who we are. We evolved from nature. We are part of nature. We're part of this planet. Often we act like we're separate from the planet. You know, we're separate from the earth, like we're here to use the earth for our own value, our own purpose, our own wealth. But we're actually part of the ecosystem. You know, the ecosystem being the environment, the forests, the trees, nature, the seas, the animal kingdom. We are part of that. We are part of that, but we're exploiting it. We're destroying nature. It is part of the capitalist drive for extracting from nature the resources. And it's destroying plants. Even just across the road from me here, there's a hospital, and I used to have an elderberry tree, which elder is great for colds and flus, viruses. And I'm not going to mention the C word because they'll take the video down. That's how bad it's got. But it was my go-to elderberry tree to harvest my elderberries to make my elderberry syrup, and it's gone now because of a hospital. Now, obviously, they had to knock it down, but more and more nature is being destroyed around cities as cities expand. So nature is under attack, and humans are under attack. We are under attack. How is it that we're under attack? We're under attack by being exploited. Humans have been exploited in all sorts of ways. And I feel that medicine is not doing humanity justice. There's a lot of good things in medicine, a lot of good people working in medicine. But my problem is the overuse of medicine for what are social issues, psychological issues, and in the case of depression. So in this workshop on Sunday, I will put a link in the description here. If you go to my Instagram, you'll find a link there. Or go to previous videos, you'll probably find a link there. Welcome to the chat. The chat seems to be turned off. I usually get people commenting. So if you have something to say, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Don't be afraid to say hello. Participants. Okay. So that's it. Basically, it's a workshop. I'm going to look at 8 herbs, and these herbs are scientifically proven herbs. There are hundreds of herbs. There's a research article I was looking at recently, 50 herbs for depression that have antidepressant effects. So I'm looking at 8 of the herbs that have scientific evidence, because it's important that we use science to support claims about herbal medicine. And I just want to show you that there are scientific claims based supporting herbal medicines. And one of them is St. John's wort. Well, John's wort would be the most scientific, most researched herb that there is. And there's tons of wealth, and the whole medical community even accept that it can be prescribed for mild to moderate depression without any of the side effects that antidepressants have. So your doctor can prescribe it. Maybe the quality of it is a pharmaceutical grade. I am not sure. I would prefer, maybe the tincture extract or powder form, or it's also an oil. So it has many forms. But as well as looking at the 8 herbs, I'm going to be looking at a framework for recovering from depression. And that framework is going to look at all the rituals that you need to build into your day, in particular routine, like exercise, grounding exercises like yoga, energy cleansing exercises. Our energy needs to be cleansed. Our energy needs to be renewed. And you can do that with crystals. You can have a shower. You can walk in the forest. There's lots of things you can do to cleanse your energy. We need movement. We need exercise. We need diet. We need nutrition, good food, plant-based foods. What else do we need? We need social connection. Social connection is really, really important. And social connection is to address the loneliness that people feel. So there's a few more on the framework, but I don't want to cover them all, because I'd like you to check out the workshop, at least show some interest in it, or have a look, or drop me a comment in this video and let me know what kind of course do you think you'd like in order to increase your knowledge around herbal medicine for mental health. That's what this channel is about, supporting you to develop ideas, skills, knowledge, and traditions as old as the hills. Well, not that old maybe, but certainly an old tradition of herbal medicine that has survived from generation to generation. And while it's under attack today, are herbalists like me and others, and like you, anyone interested in herbal medicine, trying to protect herbal medicine and ensure that it survives. So it's my passion to teach you, to bring you along this path, to love herbal medicine, to practice herbal medicine, to have natural healing, so that you have vibrant health. That's what we want, is vibrant health. Vibrant health is not the absence of disease. Vibrant health is vitality, energy, motivation, focus, concentration, commitment, discipline. All these things give us vibration, increase our frequency. And the energy cleansing I was talking about is a way of maintaining that frequency. So that's it for this little live stream. I just said I'd come on for about 10 minutes, and I have another 30 seconds to get me there. I think the comments section mustn't be working because I don't see any comments. I haven't done this live stream. Oh, there's someone there. Hello from Nebraska in the United States. Welcome. Hi, Kay. I'm very excited to hear what you have to say. My daughter was just put on Prozac, for depression and anxiety. And I'd love to find an alternative for her. Well, Kay, if you check out this video, and when I close it, I'll put the link for the workshop underneath. It's 20 euros, which is around $20, which is for a 2-hour workshop is very good value. And in that workshop, you're going to get an introduction to the context of using herbs, the safety, the cautions we need to have. There are risks, but the herbs I'm talking about are as effective as Prozac, as shown by scientific evidence. So thank you for dropping that comment, Kay. I really appreciate it. And there are alternatives. But you have to remember, it's really important not to think of St. John's wort or herbal medicine as an alternative for Prozac. Prozac is a medication for depression, but herbal medicine is a way of life. Herbal medicine is a way of being. It's not just about taking herbs for a condition. It's about finding full health, returning to full health. And that's why I talk about the framework. And I think you would be really interested in the framework, Kay. Let me see. I'll actually see if I can put the link for the workshop in the comments there and see. Yeah, it's there. The framework, Kay, is going to be really interesting because it's made up of all the things you need to maintain good health. So let me know if you can see that there. You're welcome, Kay. Thank you. That's the link for the workshop. It mightn't suit you at your time, and I understand that. And Sunday is a time for worship for some people, and they have commitments to family and so forth. But I will be doing more workshops, and I will be thinking about different times to suit different people. I'd like to get as many people as possible onto these workshops. As much to learn about how to teach, how to bring people along. It's not that I'm an expert. They say if you want to teach something, you just need to be 10% ahead of the rest. So I'm probably 10% ahead of you people, you guys. So I'm learning today. I'm learning as I was preparing my presentation. So has anyone else any, what herbs, please suggest? Ratnesh, is that the correct pronunciation, Ratnesh, of your name? I'm looking at herbs like St. John's wort, black cohosh, also good for women and hormonal issues, clary sage, which is an aromatherapy oil. I'm looking at turmeric, an anti-inflammatory and antidepressant. What else is in there? Chai hu, which is a Chinese herb. I can't think of the other ones at the top of my head. I always have this blank. Actually, I have them here. Yeah, skullcap, dog rose, which is basically a rose, and saffron, the famous spice from the East. I hear oats also is good to boost your mood. A little yes, Christian. Thanks for that comment. Oats, they say if you want to sleep well at night, have porridge before you go to bed. It's oats, and it settles in the gut. It's calming, it's sedating, and soothing. So, but we use oats as well, oat straw tincture, and it's calming. Is it good for depression? It's good for anxiety. It's good for nervous system issues and stress. And when we make a formula for people, for clients who are suffering, we don't just include antidepressants. We include other herbs that support people's recovery. For example, we think of depression as being in the nervous system and in the brain. And yes, while it is, it's also in the heart. The loss that people can feel, and the loneliness, and the lack of love, lack of self-compassion for themselves. So the heart is a really important thing to treat with hawthorn. The lungs are the center of letting go and life, giving and receiving. So when we experience loss, we need to nurture the lungs, and mullein is great for the lungs. And then you want something for the liver. like milk thistle to restore the liver, some for the kidneys like parsley, and then you want lots of nutrition, lots of vibrant fermented foods help to restore the gut. And then you need to cut out white foods like white bread, white milk. Well, milk is white, but dairy, flour, and so forth. And you need social connection. I always come back to social connection. You know, sometimes we get caught in a rut or in a cul-de-sac, or maybe a relationship is broke, we feel lonely, we find it hard to connect. We need to connect. And I think studying, doing a course is a great way to meet people. You know, find whatever way to socially connect. Deborah, what can I take to get off symbols and duloxetine? One of the big problems with coming off antidepressants is the risks. Using herbs for antidepressants is not a good idea. So I never advise people to come off antidepressants because I don't prescribe them. You've got to talk to your doctor about that. I encourage people to work with the doctor to bring them down to a low dose. And at a certain point, you can have a convergence. As the dose comes down, you can begin to increase the herbs at the bottom so that you're dealing with herbs, in your case, fibromyalgia, so nerve pain. So St. John's wort oil is an antidepressant, but it's also an oil that's anti-inflammatory and pain relieving. So you can rub the oil into your muscles, wherever the pain is, rub it into your skull. I love rubbing oils into my head. So there are a lot of herbs you can use for major depression, but before you get using herbs, you've got to think about what is the cause of depression. What was the trigger? Where did it start? Because if you don't deal with the foundations, what caused it, then later, if you just put antidepressants on top of the cause, you're not going to solve the problem. And the same with herbs. So the herbs really are more about opening up. You're welcome, Deborah. The herbs are really about opening up. They're about catalysts for change. They're about nudging us towards well-being. They're about supporting vitality, supporting homeostasis, which is a state of well-being. How much time for that? How much time? It's a 2-hour session, the workshop on Sunday evening, 4 o'clock Irish time. Blackpool Boots. I'm taking muchuna powder, only a homemade capsule every day, every other day, able to reduce my... Okay, thanks for sharing dosing exercise. Now I'm not so tired. Thanks, Blackpool Boots, for that comment. Basically, what I understand you're talking about there is how to come off antidepressants, and there is some protocols about reducing a dose, and you can find some good content on YouTube. I hope that's what I understand. But yeah, doing exercise now, I'm not so tired, and add herbs. Yeah, so when you're motivated, when you're having success, when you're getting down to a low dose of antidepressants, you begin to explore. You got to work on diet. You got to have fermented foods, but you can begin to explore herbs that you can use as well. So delighted that question came in. Andy Kuala. Sorry, I can't pronounce these names. Yes, I use St. John wort for fibro and arthritis. It's amazing. Brilliant. Do you use it? Do you use the oil or the tincture? I bought, well, I have an oil myself. It's in the other room. I might nearly run in and grab it. Let me know if you want me to run in and grab it, and I'll show you. And I bought a cream today that had actually St. John's wort with clary sage. And I only learned about clary sage recently. Oil topically. Okay. Listen, just hang on a second. I'm going to get the oil. I'll show you. Thanks for hanging on there. So so this is St. John's wort oil. It's a red color, obviously. And it's red because underneath the petals, there's this red substance, part of the herb, and that's what gives it the red color. So you can rub that into your muscles. And this is today I bought this is Calendula hypercum, which John's wort. I think it said it had clary sage in it as well. I can't see it there now, but that's it there. That's so that's a balm. So that's basically a cream, which is there. It has the red color of the St. John's wort as well, and so you're getting calendula, which is a healing anti-inflammatory as well, and it's in shea butter and St. John's wort. So that's a really nice product. It cost around €27 today. I went a bit crazy. And then I bought also dog rose hips. So I was looking, I had, in preparation for this workshop, one of the herbs is dog rose, and I hadn't really come across it before, I hadn't used it. And so I was asking in the health shop today, down to earth in Dublin, and they hadn't got it in stock, but I found in the health shop the rose hip. So I'll open these to see what they look like. So it's basically capsules. So it's the powder capsules. It's not like an oil. It's the powder. So that's and they're an antidepressant. But the antidepressant that I was reading about was the aromatherapy oil. So when the aromatherapy oil is infused or in some way mixing it with an oil, getting onto your skin, you're going to get the health benefits. But as with all natural products for depression, there's no one thing I would recommend. It's got to be a combination of many different approaches, and that's why I'll be talking about the recovery framework for depression, because you've got to bring all the things together: the social connection, the diet, the mindfulness, the meditation, the yoga, and with herbs, and the different herbs at the different times, and the right herbs at the right times, and so forth. Just check out the comments here. So I also use calendula oil, brilliant. Also found St. John's wort oil has cumulative effect on my pain. So getting good feedback here on St. John's wort oil. Do herbs help with these frequencies? Do herbs help with these frequencies? I'm not sure what you mean there, Deborah, but certainly they help with our frequency. They calm us. St. John's wort is safe for dogs too, and I used oil for hot spot. Yeah, that's good. Good afternoon. Hello, Ted Turner. Welcome. Any herbs you suggest for headache? What's the one for headache? It's Feverview is the one they recommend for headache. But it depends what causing the headache. If the headache is caused by stress, which could be the way we're holding your body. So you might need to remove the headache. You might need herbs for the lungs. You might need herbs for the liver. Headache can be caused by the liver. It depends on what's causing the headache. It can be dehydration. It can be body posture. It can be misalignment. It can be anxiety. So, but Feverview is the one recommended for headache. I like Skullcap as well, actually. Skullcap is, one I'll be talking about tomorrow. And Skullcap is think of it as a skull cap. I find it great for my head, particularly because it's a herb associated with calming overthinking, and I'm an overthinking person. And if I get a headache, it's because I'm overthinking. If I'm stressed, it's because I'm overthinking. So if you're overthinking your stress, maybe Skullcap would be good. But CBD oil also very good for headaches. Any herbs for headaches? Good afternoon from Iowa. How do you pronounce it? Iowa. Welcome, Deborah. John Earnshaw, fever youth, brilliant for migraine. Wood Bethany, yeah, thanks, John. Wood Bethany is a great herb also. Great herb for the nervous system. And you're saying for generalized headache. Thank you, John, for sharing that. Yeah. Patricia McTague, what oils would you be using to keep your immune system on top form? Very good question. I think the best oil for the immune system, and now we need it more than ever, is organic oil of oregano. I have it inside as well. It's in a small little bottle. It's organic oil of oregano. We know oregano associated with Italian cooking, but the oil from the organic plant is antiviral, antibacterial. It's quite sour and bitter, so you wouldn't want to be taking much of it. 3 drops in water. Take it for about a month, maybe. It's great for cleansing any gut issues like candida, etc. And then by clearing up, by tackling the bad bacteria and the microorganisms you want to get rid of in your gut, you are boosting your immune system because you're helping to fight the pathogens that are there that you need to get rid of. So vitamin C, elderberry syrup. Elderberry is amazing. Elderberry is amazing. I made a tea this week with elderberry flower and sage and cloves and mullein leaf, and it was beautiful. And I'm drinking it tonight because I got a bit of a flu, not the corona flu, but just the old regular one. Hello, Flower Child from Las Vegas. Welcome. Nice to have someone here from Las Vegas. So I'm really excited that you've engaged tonight. You have a great community here. I really appreciate your support. And check out the workshop if you're interested. It's, as I said, it's a way for me of testing ideas so that I can build this bigger course that I'm building actually, and I'll hopefully launch in the spring. And that's going to be my signature course. It's going to be my go-to course, bring you in depth into the issues around mental health and herbal medicine for anxiety, depression, stress mainly, and then practical remedies that you can use. So I'm collecting remedies and building remedies and sourcing remedies because I can't always do the foraging myself. So just checking the comments here. So Suzanne Berry Tea Time. No, John, I haven't. It's a classic Chinese herb, isn't that right? And funny, my partner, she's studying Chinese herbal medicine at the moment, and I'm kind of helping her a little bit and learning from that. So I'm looking forward to learning about the Chinese herbs. Is your elderberry tea mix available on SD? No, but I definitely think about putting it up there. And thank you that today SD told me my shop is now available to sell again. It had been frozen there for a while because it hadn't been verified. So it's verified now, and I'll be putting more things up there. I'm going to make some home remedies myself and put them up. They'll be very limited editions, so they might be expensive, but I like the idea of, herbs going around the world to different people in different communities. So can you please recommend a website to buy organic dried herbs and powders to make your own mixture? There's a website in the UK called Baldwin's. I'm not sure if I can Google it here for you and then drop the comment in the comments. BALD Baldwin Herbs. Yeah, that's it there. Okay, so I'll just put this link into comments. Where's my YouTube gone again? There. Baldwin's UK is now in the States. Oops, what did I do there? I pressed that by mistake. Probably not the best if you're in the States. There are loads of places in the States, I'm sure, or in Canada or Australia. Can you please recommend a detailed book for beginning herbal? A good beginner herbalism book would be anything by David Hoffman. If you Google David Hoffman, herbal guide or a herbal thing, but I will put a comment here. Also check out my Instagram, The Mental Health Herbalist, and you'll get all my recommendation. I put a lot of books up there. So thanks, Amber, for your question. Patricia, thank you, and bravo on your pronouncement. Thank you, very, thank you so much. That's great. Everybody's happy that oh yeah, thank you. Mountain Rose Herbs US is definitely, I recommend them as well. I bought stuff from Mountain Rose myself, and also from John Christopher Herbs as well, because I was trained in the John Christopher tradition, and he's from Iowa as well, I think. He's dead now, but his son David is running the show. So thank you everybody for just being with me tonight as I just talk about my workshop coming up on Sunday. And it's been really interesting. It's always a pleasure to engage with you. So I'm going to jump off here, and I'll put the links in the description below, and look forward to talking to you soon. I think maybe tomorrow I might come on here again, just do a last shout out for the workshop, and that's it. So listen, thank you everybody. Blessings, peace, be well, believe in yourself, have no doubt in your value, your purpose, your dignity, and have faith in humanity, and be good on the path. And thank you for what I learned from you, your questions and your comments. See you soon. Take care. Bye.